fight here. Luke Crawford for the Red Wings against Sean Sable, the second-year man out of the University of Wisconsin. As those two scrap right along the near boards in the Red Wings zone. Sable gets Crawford against the boards. Crawford now fights back with a right hand, and he landed a couple of right hands on Sean Sable. As those two still wrestle around. And now Crawford some more right hands. And those land as well. And another right hand landed on Sable. Oh, Crawford really outsmarting Sable in this fight, as he has landed 3 or 4 solid punches. And still Sable hasn't gotten a hand loose, yet let alone landed a punch. Now Crawford goes to the left hand, and now the linesmen jump in. As Luke Crawford takes on Sean Sable, who's 6'3", 215. Crawford, of course, giving up
2-on-1 the other way for the Bears. Here's Holly over the line. Shoots, blocked by Smith. Dennis Smith blocking the shot there. Now we've got another fight going. It's Morton and Stothers. Stothers with a right hand. He bangs it off the head of Morton. He just keeps hammering away with that right now. Knocks Morton to the ice. The linesmen jump in. That's Morton's second fight of the night. And they'll try to separate those two, and they do. As Stothers, who's been throwing his weight around quite a bit, jumps on Morton. And he simply kept firing away.
South again, couldn't clear, kept in by Huscroft. Devils doing a good job forechecking here. Now Fletcher's going to go as Huscroft. And Fletcher going. Huscroft, a couple of left hands. Now Fletcher's up. And he throws a couple of right hands in. Each player with a bit of an edge there. Huscroft early, then Fletcher came back on top and threw a couple of right hands. Now they're both tying each other up as they kneel on the ice. And the linesmen then step in, Zerbe and Horny. Boy, Horny stepped in to begin with. He was the first one in there. And Fletcher wasn't done yet. He wanted another shot at Huscroft, and he just flung Horny off his back like he was a... For Kevin Saw, cuts at center ice circle. He's over the line, left wing side to drive, and a save by DeMoore. Got a piece of it with the right arm. Battle behind the Bears' net. Crowder is there. Now he and Stothers, they had threatened to go before, and now they will go. Troy Crowder and Mike Stothers. Stothers' helmet's off, but Crowder's isn't. Stothers' helmet is off because Crowder had him in a headlock before the whistle even blew. Now they're wrestling deep in the Bears' zone. A couple of heavyweights there. Crowder trying the left hand. Just a couple of strong boys right there trying to vie for position. Still wrestling pretty much. Crowder's helmet still on. Stothers working without the helmet. Like Crowder using that helmet a little bit to choke Stothers a bit in the face. Now a couple of overhand rights, not very big ones, by Crowder. Now he tries to pull free. This is the right hand. Each player with a couple of shots in there. And the linesman will step in. Fighting penalties will come at 15-19 of the first period as Crowder and Stothers go. A couple of big hockey players. Starting goaltender to our left for Rochester, Darren, 2-1. And here we go, Harding and Ray. Before the puck was even dropped, they just decided to go at it. Jeff Harding and Rob Ray, nothing's been thrown yet. They're just kind of shadow punching right now. First round of Bruno Tyson. Right around the center ice circle. Harding makes the first move. Ray is the penalty minute leader in the league, over 300 minutes. Harding gets the right hand in. Now Ray's gotten a couple of glancing blows in. There's one by Ray. Harding missed with an uppercut. Ray with a right hand to the cheekbone. Now a good right hand by Ray. Harding answers with one. And another one. Still going round and round and throwing rights as they go. And finally the linesman step in, and then Harding throws an overhand right as the linesman had stepped in. And the fight is over. We'll take timeout. 18:34 left to play in this first period. Harding and Ray will go. It's 0-0. takes a hit. And a big hit from Sable, who's throwing his weight around this afternoon. Now Sable and Spangler are going to go at it. Sean Sable and Kenny Spangler. Spangler came to Miller's defense.
Sable has had a feisty afternoon thus far.
Now he gets the right hand in, so does Spangler.
He's working on getting the helmet off Spangler without success so far.
Both players trying to throw right hands. Now the helmet comes off. Sable and Spangler at the Bears blue line, pretty much just dancing around right now. The linesmen have decided, yes, we can step in. Brian Murphy and Steve Horney do step in, and Spangler and Sable will go at 15.
Takes a punch at Jahaki with the glove on, and Stewart didn't like it. Stewart comes in, and another player comes in, and all heck breaks loose. Stewart now getting punched far side, trying to straighten up. Now he gets his left hand free. Stewart now tied up again, trying to get his left hand free. Stewart gets the left hand free, but he's only hitting helmet right now. Linesman should have let those two go. Now they jump in, and nothing will develop further, we don't think. Or is pushing and shoving. Stewart hammering over the top of the left hand. Stewart is irate here, punching over the top, and still looking and hits him with an uppercut through the linesmen, who are doing a terrible job of breaking up this fight. Amian can't come close to controlling Stewart. Now, just because Stewart decided it was over, it's over, and they will escort him off. Sable took a pounding while being held onto by the linesmen. None of the other scraps, I don't think, will develop into anything, and we'll have a lot of penalties here. Jahaki, Stewart, Sable, and...
still on the ground, both linesmen coming in. This one will call a draw. Alan May with the early advantage. Ty Domi came on at the end.
Well, we'll see how the referees call this. If Alan May gets an indication, I think they should both get 2 minutes, and then they should get 5 minutes for fighting, because they both looked like they wanted to go at it.
For good defensive play by Randy Moeller. Joyce now walks it free. Tries to walk out in front. He cannot, and Domi backhands it. Now we have a scrap going on. Janssens and Hunter got into something in front. Now Truce comes in along with Dennis Vial, a couple of Ranger heavyweights out there. Vial, Domi, and the main event going on between Randy Moeller of New York and he levels the Capital player. Looks like it's John Druce, the playoff hero. Randy Moeller got in a terrific right hand there on Druce.
Well, there's no question. The guys they had out there, they were waiting ready for a bugging. I'll tell you, by Al at 350 minutes in Kalamazoo last year. And Ty Domi's not shy. And, of course, you know the Capitals are going to show up after they're here in Baltimore, right close to home.
A couple of players already left in the penalty box. Now Vial dancing around with Kent Painter. It all started when Mark Janssens hit Dale Hunter in front of the goal.
No question. They have to keep an eye out for that Dennis Vial. He's one tough cookie.
All these penalties will come at the 12:44 mark. A couple of players already left to the bench. Moeller really got a good run.
Fucking Bergen. Right. Two, if anything. Icing. Sit down.
And Barron took an elbow up around the face, and this will cost the Rangers. So at 3 minutes and a second gone in the second period, there may be more here as Randy Moeller drops the gloves and wrestles with Murray Barron.
It was Chris King that threw the elbow, so he is going to leave for elbowing, but Randy Moeller came in. Well, Moeller didn't take long to drop his gloves. Barron did well just to drop them and grab on as quickly as he did, but now you can see that Moeller's getting the upper hand. Barron trying to throw with the left. Not much success. Boy, and if you don't fight a lot and you don't feel as if you've got a real good grip of what's going on out there, there's nothing wrong with hanging on, gang. Boy, Barron looks like he's cut. Moeller must have landed one. And you know what, Mike? It may have been one of the first ones because he really surprised Murray Barron and dropped the gloves and started throwing. I mean, if there's a...
You don't think... Brought ahead, but unable to get any further with his Janssens, although it's followed up by Ty Domi, and he gets a shoulder for his trouble from Chychrun, and still another. And we get a stoppage of play, and Chychrun wraps up with Domi. There'll be at least a minor, but maybe a little more.
You know, Chychrun is throwing punches first, but there's no question Domi went looking for it. Crushed Chychrun into the boards and basically stood there. I don't know if he was verbally issuing a challenge, but you got to know that Jeff Chychrun is going to take it up. I mean, if there's a challenge there, He's not going the other way.
What was that? Did he stick his tongue out? Is that what?
Not a very nice face to make on TV.
Well, that's one way to show him, isn't it?
Yeah.
4:09 to go first period. Ty Domi, who's done this a lot in the American League and wants the best crack he can get here in the NHL, scuffles with Jeff Chikrin in the first period.
He goes after the big boys, Sam. He's a character. Here they goes a Baumgartner already. Right off the face-off.
Round one.
He did a good job with Alan May in Baltimore earlier. Now Baumgartner has his left hand loose here. He won a decision with Washington's heavyweight Alan May in an earlier preseason game.
Somebody asked him about the haircut. He said, doesn't give anybody anything to grab onto.
He's a guy that knows that for him to play professional hockey, he's going to drop the gloves and get involved. And he's the type of an individual, Sam, when you get to know him a little bit and talk to him, you can't help but like the guy. It's like all the other guys that do that for a living. Nicky Patios and all pretty good. Baumgartner's a great guy, too, I'm telling you.
This game was going along so nicely, and suddenly what happened?
Off
There it
the
is.
face-off.
Okay.
The sticks are down. The gloves are off. And away they go.
Baumgartner in good position, ready to pick off the jab.
You call that boxing stuff, you know? You call that all summer long on MSG Network. What'd you think?
Some good form.
Supposed to close his fist in his hands, though, isn't he? Make a fist.
Keeping in the zone. And we've got something going between Dean Chenault
and
Louis DeBrusk.
DeBrusk is one tough guy. I mean, tough. Chenault hanging in there, but he's taking a couple of lefts from big Louis DeBrusk. He is tough. Jeff Chikrin from the Flyers last night backed away 3 times when DeBrusk challenged him. Chenault was the aggressor as this bout started. He hung in there.
Louis DeBrusk, 200 pounds, pretty good size.
Yari Grönstrand has looked very nervous. Oh, here we go. Vakota and Millette.
Okay.
Right off the face-off again.
Dakota is one of the toughest.
During
No doubt about that.
one shift of the first period, Dakota was circling around and was very close to getting involved with any player he could find. But this one ended up being a wrestling match more than anything else.
Momentarily by Rochefort.
Here we go, Sam. Pilon.
And Pilon
was
going
hit.
at it.
He's with Ty Domi. Pilon was nailed by Domi. And Domi never recovered his balance. And Pilon was very upset. Dropped one glove, I believe. Started throwing punches. And Domi was more of a spectator for this thing. And it looks like he's going to get some sort of a penalty. And I don't know why. It was a good, clean body check on Pilon after Pilon released the puck.
Uh-oh, Domi wants to go at somebody.
Baumgartner skated by and had some word.
Oh, did he? I think he may be in some... Go at it back in the near circle, the Washington end, as the flow came out to center. Rouse and McKenzie trying to flail away at one another here at 14:35, and they'll get fighting majors.
Definitely, I'll tell you, Jimmy McKenzie's holding his own down there up against Rouse. And Rouse is a big, tough boy, but you can see it happening down in the corner. McKenzie went and took him out, and Rouse took exception to it. And McKenzie gave him a stick back, and then they just dropped.
And Babcock laid off the bench boards, and Kickreels hammered it back in again, and now Sommier and Babcock entangled back into the capital zone after Babcock got rid of the puck. And I don't know what precipitated that, but they're throwing pretty good lefts and rights right now. Sommier and Babcock, and Sommier gets the better of Babcock, wrestling him down, but the linesman quickly get in between them, Shampoo and Perry. And there's no further nonsense there here at 5:08. So it'll be Bob Babcock and Raymond Sommier getting the gate for fighting.
You know, fighting like the National Hockey League. The league has paid some lip service about cutting down on the amount of fighting, but the fact is the NHL all but endorses brawling, and some fans like it, some don't. Tonight we have the story of one man who lives for hockey fights. This Nutley, New Jersey native is nuts about fights, so much so that he collects them. Sports Channel's Stan Fischler has this strange story.
While having sex,